Coucou, hello my loves, Marhaba, habibetey. It has been a hot minute since we've been here. I haven't filmed like a get ready with me in a while, so I'm trying to figure out if it all looks okay. It's echoey in here today. Anyways, I'm gonna get into it. I'm in a rambly mood, so I'm just gonna get started. I shopped the Sephora VAB sale. I don't know what video is going up first, but I bought a couple. I was totally what I would call reasonable in the first go around with the haul, and I only bought 2 palettes, so I bought 2 very expensive palettes. I bought the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 bronze Seduction palette, and the Natasha Denona Trichrome palette. Spoiler alert, this one's going back. It's not worth the price tag. So I'm not gonna play with that one, but I wanted to play with this one and it matches my outfit. So I will do that on camera with you guys. I have not filmed the haul yet because I wanted to do my makeup, which is why I'm like, I'm not sure which will go first. I feel like it makes sense for the haul to go first, but we will see where I end up when I'm editing. This palette is massive. I've done my face already. I've got my Peau foundation on, which I love. I've been through so many tubs of. And then this JLo Beauty, that Star Filter Highlight Bronze Diffuse in Pink Champagne on as a highlight. What am I wearing as a blush? I don't know. Something Rebecca. And then, yeah, I just wanted to jump into it. So, this is the, I could do it properly, like can you see how out of practice I am? So the packaging comes like so, and there's that little like twist situation. You open it up. It's pretty, I will say this is like very flimsy package. Like it's very, very thin cardboard. It's pretty art, but I almost wish for this price point it was like a heavier cardboard stock. You know, I will keep it and I will keep my palette in there, but that's what that one looks like. And then the palette itself is very clean, very sleek, kind of like a heavier plastic feel to it. And then the gold on the back. And then, so you've got like PM, Pat McGrath, L for the labs, and the little crown and a little eye on it. Given that it's, what, a royal eye palette, I guess? I don't know. Anyways, here are the colors. They are really, really pretty. So we will see how they do on my eyes. I should have like done a little bit of pre-planning and decided what I want to do, as opposed to just sit here and be like, these are pretty, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna start by laying a base before I jump into it. So I'm gonna wear this long wear cream shadow stick from Bobbi Brown. What color are you in? Oh, Dusty Mauve. I thought this was gonna be browner. So what we've got, we're gonna roll with it and just layer down for right now. I could have sworn I had a taupey one. Let me do this properly and go find it. Hold on. It is nowhere to be found. So we're gonna use this Match Pot, what do you call it? Pro Longwear paint pot in Constructivist instead. And I'm going to lay that down as a base. Yeah, how are you guys all doing? How is everybody? I am exhausted. I feel like that is not a revolutionary concept or a state of being currently, but I have wanted to get on here and chat with you guys and film stuff, and I've just had like not any energy to do that. I think the pandemic fatigue is real. I don't know why I said the word fatigue that way. But then also, I don't know. I think that's it. Because I feel like what really is that different this year versus last year, otherwise, like the rest of life is relatively consistently steady, but it's just, you know, however many months into this thing we are, it's starting to wear much differently. And then I don't know what it's like where you guys, like weather-wise, where you guys are at, but spring is determined to not make an appearance. It is still snowing, and I'm the type of person that is heavily affected by the weather, and not being able to get out in the sunshine is definitely wearing thin on me. So things are okay. Definitely tons of gratitude kept daily, but just very low energy. So I'm curious how you guys are doing. Let me know and what you are leaning on as ways to help, you know, get through if it's harder, or if you're doing great, what are the things that are making you feel awesome and productive and energetic? So let us know down below. Alrighty, I have to start somewhere, right? That's how this goes. I really like this red color. I'm very drawn to it, but I also really like that pink color right above it. The colors are not in here. The colors are inside this thing. Yeah, but see, that is not helpful. So the colors are listed in this, but how do you know which way is up and which way is down, right? Because it's a rectangular palette. I'm sure there's like a proper way. Like in all reality also, do these get sold as singles? I'm out of practice, you guys. Because I was gonna say, like, what does it really matter if you know what the colors all are if you can't buy them as singles? I feel like this is a weird way to put naming in a palette. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna take this pinky color all over the lid first and see how it goes. These are not cheap. It's not picking up a lot of product. These are not cheap palettes, ladies and gents. Oh, but that is dang pretty. Can you guys see that? I really like it. So I have not, it's been really interesting as I've played with makeup and had this channel and grown my love of makeup. I actually never started wearing makeup until I had this channel. And the reason I started the channel was because nobody else really in my life locally wanted to gush over it and swatch things and share, you know, recommendations or things of that nature. And so I jumped online to learn how to do my own makeup and what new products were out, any tips and that kind of thing. And then it turned into this amazing community where we just, you know, encourage each other to buy, oh, this sparkle. Encourage each other to buy things and it started there and now it's like, it's formed some of my closest friendships. So anyways, I don't know how I got there. I'm now distracted by this glitter. What was I trying to say? Oh, right. So it is really interesting to watch. When I started kind of my makeup journey, I was all about a bold lip and a bold blush. Like I liked shadow, but I wouldn't say that that was where the majority of my collection fell. You don't need to add more, but I like this, so I'm gonna add some more to it. Like, you know what I mean? It's pigmented in one swipe, but we're gonna go in because I'm all about that glitter lately, which is my long-winded way of saying that, like, I've become a huge fan of eyeshadow and I want sparkle, I want color. So that is not the hugest shift. Like, I've always wanted sparkly and colorful, but this is like legit. You're gonna find this blasphemous. There are days where I will potentially not even put lipstick on, and that is in part because masking is getting annoying and there's only so many days you can wear liquid lipstick without your lips wanting to fall off. But I will not leave, and like no lipstick, no base, no nothing, but I would rather, if I had 5 minutes, spend them on some glitter eyeshadow. So that has been a change. The other change is highlighter. I think it's in part though, it's because also like the highlighter game has changed. When I first started wearing makeup, I didn't always wear highlighter. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, real talk, you guys. I was so disappointed in the Natasha Denona palette that I was kind of worried that the same would happen with this one, but it is so pretty. It's like glitter. You know how glitter can be on a spectrum where it can be just like over the top and arts and crafts, or it can be beautiful and subtle, but also full on. That's where we're at here. Okay, I need another brush. We're gonna put I'm gonna try for this, the reddish color in the outer corner. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, there were days when I would not even wear highlighter, and now, again, I will sometimes forget to take my blush, so I'll pop on, like all last week, I forgot to take blush in my work makeup bag, so I was popping like a little bit of color out of an eyeshadow palette on my cheeks, but I would never forget my highlighter. Honestly, I think in part our tastes change as we grow, but also I think the highlighter game has changed. Highlighters used to be just like the subtle way to reflect light, to be the opposition to your contour, and now they're an excuse to wear glitter on your face, and I am all for it. Sorry, I was gonna say about this palette, it looks like there's a bit of something like a film or something on the top of it. Like this one wasn't giving me the pigment, and now that like I've gotten like a swipe onto it, it's it's given us a little bit more pop. So there we go. Also, since I haven't done these in a while, I feel like I need to give my proper disclaimer, which is I am not a trained makeup artist. The point of this is not to show you something like super exciting, and it's not a tutorial, I guess, to get ready with me, right? And a first impressions. I mainly like doing these videos as a way to just give first impressions on a palette. So if you're curious about it, you can get an opinion on it. But also as a way to catch up with you guys. I think I am always inspired by really fancy, really amazing looks that other people do. And then I get to my own table and it's usually like a lighter color on the like front half of my eye, a darker color on the bottom back V, and then maybe if I'm feeling fancy, something through the crease. Like that's really where we're at with personal application of makeup. Every once in a while, I might try something different, but by and large, this is what I do. Also, I like in oh my gosh, I can speak today. In introducing myself to a palette, I like to do the same kind of look that I would do all the time to see how it would fare, and if I would get the use that I want out of it, you know? I will say these are blending into each other nicely. They almost have that like duochrome effect that I was hoping the Natasha Denona one had, but did not, unfortunately. Let's take the lighter one. I'm gonna take the light brown through my crease and see how that goes. So, I mean, I guess all of that being said, let me know if you guys have any eyeshadow palettes and or highlighters you have been loving recently. As mentioned, sparkle is my primary objective with these new purchases, but let me know. Also, as I will say in the Sephora haul, like I said, spoiler in case this one goes up after that one, I haven't filmed it yet. I was what I would call perfectly reasonable in my first go at the sale. I haven't shopped, like, real talk, you guys. And for those of you that are Sephora haulers, you'll understand. I've been rouge ever since I kind of started out with makeup. So rouge status at Sephora means that you spent $1,000 or more a year, which is, yes, I 100% acknowledge a ridiculous amount of money. But I had maintained that status up until last year when I spent $200 or $250, which for some people is still a lot of money. But it was for me a very new thing, but I wasn't finding anything. I wasn't inspired by anything new. I couldn't find anything I wanted. And so I was actually kind of going to skip the sale altogether. And then my cousin was like, well, have a look. I found some really cute things. So then I made the haul that I made, which I thought was, you know, fun. I picked up some new things, but like not totally ridiculous. And then I proceeded to do 3 more orders online. So I was hoping they would all come in relatively quickly so I could do that went a lot higher up. I feel like I find that I have so much space and I'm like, well, we're just gonna carry the shadow all the way to the brow bone. Do we think that, or to the eyebrow itself? Do we think that is a look that is necessary? Probably not. I was hoping to get everything at once so I could do the haul all together, but that stuff hasn't come yet, so I'm gonna stagger it. But the wheels kind of came off of the bus and I blacked out and I bought some more makeup. So yeah, I'm really excited about this white sparkly one. So we're gonna try to relighten our underneath eyebrow area. Oh, this is so pretty. Guys, look at that. Look. Sparkle. Okay, I'm really glad this doesn't disappoint. Because what? I've got another Peau McGrath palette coming. I was trying to resist the urge to not buy every single one that she makes, because I'm a collector and a completionist, and I most of the time like having things that are full and comprehensive, but I'm like, these palettes are too expensive to do that with. Also, like real talk, some of the other early ones don't exist on Sephora anymore, and I was like using that as a way to, I'm like, well, you can't get number 1 and 2, so stop thinking you need to collect everything. Just pick a couple ones. So I've got one more coming. How did I get on this tangent? I'm gonna be editing this and be like, that's what you were trying to say, and now you've lost your train of thought. I think I sat here and I went quiet for a minute so I could like try to regroup my thoughts. I think I was asking you guys for recommendations on other things to buy, potentially. So if that's what that was, let me know. I will take now that dark brown color and I'm gonna use it with like an angled brush just to do a little bit of a liner on my eye. And we'll go from there. So you guys, this palette is really, really pretty. Let me know if you want, so we use kind of half-ish of it. Let me know if you guys want me to do another one of these on camera. Or if you just want to see pictures, like I will probably continue to play. This will be my palette for the week. Do any of you guys do this where you dedicate like a palette every week so that you play around with your collection? I've been doing that recently and really liking it. And it just gives me a way to, I'm not gonna say shop my stash because I've obviously been shopping, but to utilize my stash of makeup, and I've been really enjoying it. So I will be using this guy throughout the week. So if you want to see, let me know what you would prefer, whether it's just posts and pictures or more videos. Let's do some swatching though, since we're here. So you guys have seen now this color on my inner corner and below, and then I use the red in the corners and this guy here. Let's see what this one looks like. So this one is, it looks like just another like kind of goldy color. Like these two as a look would be really, really pretty. Can you guys see that? And then this, ooh, this guy right there. And this matte purple. Oh, you guys, look at that. Seriously though, that kind of matte without being chalky or falling apart. Amazing. Yeah, these swatch really, really pretty. Hope you guys can see that. I'm into it. I'm really into it. I think here's where I am always excited to spend. I was gonna say, do you think we can do mascara and I can chat with you at the same time? Should we try? Let's try. So this is what I'm gonna say, is here's where I think the huge difference between a luxury eyeshadow palette and a more affordable eyeshadow palette, where they show their difference, is in the mattes, like the strong dark colored mattes, because to get that much pigmentation without chalkiness is, in my experience, something that you only get, that you usually, not always, but usually get with a more expensive formulation. And then the other one is sparkle, like where you can get this much sparkle without it being chunky or I guess the best way to describe it is when I can get this much sparkle to feel as elegant as possible versus it looking like the stuff that we used to get when you were like starting out. I say this as though I was like little and playing with makeup, but you know what I mean? Like in those kits that you can get that are like a couple dollars, there's a kind of elegant glitter versus a more like chunky, cheaper looking glitter. I feel like those of you who are here who have been with me are gonna understand what I'm trying to say, but that's really where I feel like there's a big difference. I think in just like a very typical palette where you want something not so intense and maybe some more traditional colors, I don't know that I would pay, like for a basic nudes type of palette, I don't know that I would pay this kind of price tag. But when you can get some dark, vampy mattes and some really elegant, like multifaceted, maybe is another way to describe the glitter type, then for me that always makes sense to invest the money. Like by comparison, the Natasha Denona palette, the mattes are chalky, like they don't blend seamlessly, and now we have mascara on our eye. Great. Why? I thought I was doing too well trying to talk and put on mascara. I'll give it a second to dry, then I'll move it away. Anyways, so those ones, yeah, and then the triochrome, supposedly it's like not duochrome but triochrome on that one. It doesn't pop. It's not as exciting. So if you're looking for like an everyday or, you know, something more subtle and conventional, I don't know that it makes sense to go out and pay an obnoxious price tag for a luxury palette. But if you wanted something special, or if you've been looking for that kind of over the top glittery while still remaining elegant type of look, I would definitely recommend it at that juncture. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you have it and you've played around with the different looks, please tag me in those pictures. and all that good stuff. I was gonna say, I need to have like a tiny little acknowledgement. We're gonna move this out of the way so I can, there, out of the shot, perfect. I have felt that I sounded a tiny bit like awkward maybe in this video. I can feel a bit of awkward radiating from me. Part of it potentially I'm gonna blame on the fact that I haven't like sat down and done my makeup on camera in a while, so it always takes a minute for my brain to adjust doing a couple things at once. But also, the world is a heavy place right now. I feel like, other than when I'm sitting alone or with my sister or something, there's always a bit of a buffer kind of that I feel like I place on my heart physically, that now we place with the distancing and the masks on ourselves. And it's created a kind of a distance, a protectionist one, like 100% from the right place, either being physically necessary because of the pandemic, or in my case, sometimes emotionally necessary with the amount of heartbreaking things that even with the pandemic are still occurring. I'm finding myself needing a bit of distance from it so I can still feel it, get that moment of compassion, but then be inspired to take action as opposed to being crippled by the sadness and the trauma around it. So it's interesting to be back on this platform because, as I mentioned, I've been so grateful for the community here. Yeah, it's about makeup and running and like stuff that, you know, sparks joy. And it can be silly and superficial and what have you, but there is a core group and the majority of us that are here that are a community, and you guys have been a lifeline for so many years. And so I think the awkwardness that I am feeling is this weirdness where I am trying to put those walls down so we can be honest and open with each other and share generously and laugh freely and like do all those things. But because I've gotten so used to that boundary being up, I'm just like trying to refine my space with it. So that was a disclaimer, but this is also to say that for any of you that are feeling any kind of weirdness in your own lives or readjustments in readapting and reconnecting or being challenged with any of those things, you are not alone, and we will get through this and we will come out stronger on the other side of it. And there's light at the end of this tunnel. So anyways, I'm gonna do some points of positivity. This thing is beeping at me. I don't want it to shut me out before I can finish. Points of positivity, getting to sit here with you guys today, being pleasantly surprised by this amazing amount of sparkle, and a drive that I was taking with my sister. So that is it, and I will leave you with reminding you that life is just way too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye guys.